So the Grand Theft Auto 6 pricing is officially out. $79.99 for the base game and $99.99 for the Ultimate Edition. But after the initial shock of the price, second realization hit the community today. The physical copies hitting store shelves, they aren't physical. You buy the box, you walk to the counter, and inside, you find nothing but a piece of paper with a download code. On top of that, we're seeing gameplay features like specific mechanic shops, tattoo parlors, and gang hideouts being locked behind that Ultimate Edition paywall. Feels like a massive turning point for the industry and raises a lot of questions about what it actually means to own a game these days. Let's talk about it. First, let's keep it objective. In the past, Ultimate or Collector's Editions were usually about cosmetics. You got a cool jacket, a digital art book, or maybe some extra in game currency. That's standard. What people are up in arms about here is that this feels different. We aren't just talking about a skin, we're talking about functionality. Being able to mod your car at a specific shop or hit a specific gang hideout for a side mission, that's gameplay. Feels like taking a slice of the map and putting a velvet rope around it. In every GTA game before this, when you bought the box, you bought the world. Now, it feels like we're being asked to pay for parts of the experience we previously took for granted. To really understand why this feels like such a tectonic shift, we have to look back at where the paid extras trend actually started. You might remember the infamous Horse Armor DLC for the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion way back in 2006. At the time, players were genuinely shocked that we were being asked to pay real money for a purely cosmetic item for a horse. At the time, felt like a weird isolated experiment. But looking at where we are now, 20 years later, that $2.50 horse armor was the proof of concept that eventually led us to the world of $100 Ultimate Editions. It's a classic story of the boiling frog. We slowly accepted smaller and smaller microtransactions over 2 decades until suddenly we're at a point where core gameplay elements are hidden behind a paywall. And we also need to be fair to the developers. AAA game development in 2026 is frankly astronomically expensive. The talent, the tech, the sheer scale of a project like GTA 6, we're talking budgets that dwarf the biggest movies in Hollywood. From a business standpoint, developers are under massive pressure to find ways to sustain these projects long term. If the base game price remains relatively stagnant while costs skyrocket, the Ultimate Edition becomes a necessary revenue stream. It's how they recoup that massive investment. While it feels frustrating to be locked out of a mechanic shop, that extra $20 is essentially a subsidy for the massive technical achievement that the rest of the game represents. The question isn't just why are they charging for this, but how can they keep building these massive worlds without finding new ways to monetize them? This all ties into the code in the box controversy. Why remove the disc? Rockstar isn't doing this for fun. By removing the disc, they effectively kill the used game market. If there's no disc, there's no trade-in value. It's also a massive win for leak prevention. But the downsides are clear. You lose the ability to loan the game to a friend or sell it when you're done. You lose the preservation aspect. If the store servers go down 20 years from now, that box becomes nothing more than a piece of plastic. And for people with slow internet, you're still stuck downloading the entire massive file, defeating the purpose of buying a physical copy. If we look ahead, where does this road lead? If Rockstar can successfully gate off parts of their world, it creates a blueprint for every other studio. We're moving from the era of buying a game to licensing a service. When you combine this with the fact that these physical editions are just paper codes, it becomes clear that we aren't really owning our games anymore. We're just paying for access. The real test is how the community reacts. Because if this $100 price point for the full experience is accepted here, it's not just a new normal, it's going to be the floor. I'm not here to tell you how to spend your money. I'm probably going to be playing it too. But it's worth asking, where is the line? The game costs $80, has locked off features, and the physical version is just a paper code. What does owning a game even mean anymore? I'd love to hear your take. Does a lack of a disc change your mind on buying a physical copy, or are you just going straight to digital? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.